Welcome, YouTube fans and friends, to Scourge of War Remastered with Waterloo, the Collector's Edition. I am your humble and gracious host, humble and gracious as ever, Bank60s. Thanks again for joining me. I jumped in, played a little with the new toolbar the other day. You can see here, now, I'm doing something for this look different from the last, and that is partially a look at what they've done to the Grog Toolbar itself, because they've made some changes. Here we got First Corps looking over the field. But you see some of the differences in the Grog Toolbar. If you take a closer look, not at the generals, but more at the battalion level. So there's one thing right off the bat you'll notice. I think I'd mentioned this in my earlier video, is that the battalion formations have been simplified. There are no longer a red, green, and neutral colored line across the top here to help you hold a line formation while you move. That has changed. It seems that the movement mechanic across the board has changed to where the unit no longer, even with the Grog Toolbar, the unit will no longer just automatically default to assault column or column by division when it moves. It seems like that is what Norb has gone with, even with the new companion mod for the Grog Toolbar. So let's try to move this unit way the heck out there. Okay, so they'll stay in line while they go. Interesting. So what if I did that? What if I stopped them? Alright. And then what if I moved them again? Okay, so they're still in line. So while they go there, they will stay in line. Now, the next thing to look at is infantry moving by brigade. We'll come over here to Bachelor's division. So let's take this fella. Let's make sure that everybody is off take command like we would. Let's bring him out here. Like this. Oh, okay. Let's go double line. Alright, so now you do see that the battalions are entering, some of them that have to travel a long way, it looks like. So looks like they've incorporated some of Scourge of War Gettysburg's mechanics with that. And then you see the rest of the brigade moving out in line, it looks like. And then here's what I don't like. So what I would end up doing is I would take all these battalions and I would switch them as they move back into that column by division, because I just do not like the way that it looks when all these forces are out here moving around in funky looking lines like they do. And they're just, you know, out there spinning around and stuff. You kind of gotta, if you're like me and you care about the way they look while they're marching into their deployment, and you want to make sure it's sharp and historical looking, at least to a degree, at least to the highest degree possible, right? That you switch, you kind of got to babysit as they go and make sure that they stay out of those funky, squirrely looking lines as they go forward. Alright, so you can see us moving forward here. And this is, I like the look of this. This works for me, for sure. And then the other thing that's missing from this is that old green colored, if you were clicking it in the map, but it's got a little soldier that looks like he's running, and it was kind of placed around here. And it was literally that run to command where you would have the whole unit, they break formation, and if you wanted them to move, you know, say up here and run to, they would break formation and they would just run there, reform. That was something, again, for flavor and realistic flair in terms of my creative content making that I definitely appreciated a lot that they had. And it was one that I didn't use a lot. It really was, you know, but when I wanted to get Bob Ross on the situation and start making it look like it might have looked like down on the ground before I started taking a shot with the camera, you know, I'd set the guys to run it somewhere. And then it looks just that much more organic and historic when you're recording the thing and playing it, for that matter. Now, here's something to note: you cannot lay down by brigade. You have to lay down by battalion. All right, now, as would happen, most likely anyway, I'm going to take, what is this, the 100th line? Yeah. We'll take them and we'll detach them from the brigade. So this is all familiar. Should be. And we've got just like this, and then we'll have them form assault column when they get there. So they'll march there in their assault columns. Good. We'll narrow them up just a bit. The thing I'm looking for here is crisscross. How much crisscross is there? Because that happens, and it's a little silly. What ends up, I think, happening is that the development team has the 1st battalion of this new group in the middle, with its second battalion on its right, and then the 3rd battalion on its left. Yeah, you see the crisscross. So I wonder if it would be possible, if in these situations, if there was some way to code in that if the unit starts over to the right in the new formation that it will form with its brigade commander or what have you, it will not reorient itself in the left-right orientation. It will just stay over to the right or stay over to the left when the new formation command is given. I'm noticing that. I'm not sure. I think that probably plays true with the new toolbar. And this is no different. Grog Toolbar companion mod setup is the same for skirmishers and the new one. Let's send out 100 men. 100 men. Good. Good. All right, so this is familiar. This all works pretty much the same. If you go to status, you'll see, and oh, they bring this up like this instead of a box that pops up over here. That's good. Even with the new Grog Toolbar, I like that change. That's a good one. Oh, here's something I don't love about the Grog Toolbar. Okay, in the new toolbar, you're able to see what cover they're in. I don't see, and in the old Grog, okay, here we go. I think you're still able, it just doesn't say it. Yeah, here you go. Okay, you're able to see it over here. It just doesn't say it like it does in the new toolbar. They fought with skirmishers a lot. It's not necessarily that open order fighting is overpowered in the game. I think what the designers did here is that they just tried to encourage you to use it. Because in the Civil War game, you don't. Alright, so everything with the brigade commander move is the same. Again, the formations are not. I'm glad we can make a double line. In the new toolbar, when you're doing a brigade formation, you can't make a double line. At least not yet. I think the new toolbar, at least at present in the remastered version of the game, may be more catered to these small unit actions and recreating the environment around those. Because here is where I would love to be able to just move this unit forward. Or is this it? Oh! This is it! Move forward to cover. Bing. Move forward to cover. Oh! There it is! Oh, wow. Okay, no. So, no. No. Okay. Alright, that's an interesting change. I guess I think that's cool. Move forward. What is that going to be? 200 yards? No. That's too far. But we'll go ahead and go forward. Okay, now you can see the difference in terrain is this is, I think, a graphic for light woods. Here in the new Grog Toolbar. There's another difference right here. When you push the advance button, number one, you can't push it more than once. And I think I know why they did that. And it still has the horn blowing. I think it's interesting. You can't push it multiple times to push ahead further. I'm not sure I love that. I feel like if you hold Ougamon but you don't take this, it stays. But if you continue on and you take the left, Ougamon should go away and you should no longer gain points from that. I think that's how it should work, but I'm not sure about that. So you take command, double quick, stop, road move, retreat, fire and recoil withdraw, split brigade. Ooh. Split brigade. What does that mean? Who is this dude? Oh! Oh, this guy is the new, like, second in command of the brigade. Oh, wow. Is that what we did? Okay, who's under his command now? Nobody? Okay, no, he has command now, I guess, of these two battalions of the 4th Legier. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So if these two are detached, if they're detached, they'll go with him. Let's see. Yep, I was right. I like that. I like that. That allows you to move more of the brigade around in formation while you're trying to respond to different threats in the area of operations for the entire brigade. I like that. I do. It's something I don't love that the AI will probably not make use of. I don't think anyway. I mean, that's something that I would say I don't love about different aspects of the game in general, is that the player can do a bunch of things that the AI just isn't gonna do. You know, it's kind of not written into its programming to make some of the tactical formation moves that people will do. Retreating. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they've put up the alerts. Okay, let's move up in line. We'll try to... Alright, so you can move forward. Now, they don't give you 20, 30, 50. They move, you know... But I think they do that because they know that if the AI gets close enough to the enemy, they will stop and start shooting again. Alright, let's go ahead. So here is where we'll fart around with the artillery. We want to detach. Detach. This is the same. This is very familiar. We'll take the rest of the battery and we'll bring it on the flank here. Just make sure they don't cause us too much trouble and strife. Looks like we've got some routed. That's a different thing there with the new Grog Toolbar. This all looks different too, by the way, the artwork. That's good. And then the next thing I'm going to do is try this out. Let's go take him off and let's go into the attack. And then, alright, on the attack order, looks like we started moving forward here. That's good. I like how they're staying in a nice crisp formation right here. They're making sure not to get crisscross with each other. That's good. Again, the oblique move bug. I'm gonna call this the oblique. It's like a new dance. Give me some club music underneath. Some real fast club music. So next, I want to see what it looks like moving a whole division forward. You've got Pajol's Light Cavalry Corps back here that we could test this with. So there's a brigade commander. Let's go to his division commander by pushing the up. And by the way, okay, with the Grog Toolbar, you have these still, so you don't have to use the keyboard in order to navigate through your units and through the OOB, right? When you are working with the new toolbar, you need to have the keyboard handy in order to do these things. We'll start with one division and put it on the left here. We'll form line. We won't worry about the road. Oh, that's right. Dink. Dink. And then we'll make sure everybody goes. Alright, so I like that well enough. What I'll be most interested to see is how the line formation looks when you get there. I think what they have done I think what Norb and the team have done is just try to take out some complexity and just go with the formations that people use. If this brigade had all of its squadrons in line formation, oh, okay, so here you see. I'm an idiot. Just click on their commander. So they're going to form a double line here. And these guys will form a double line here. Okay. You're moving it. I do this stuff because it's all like breathing. All right, so when you're moving a division all at once like this, whether it be cavalry or infantry, doesn't matter. When you're moving a division like this, the way you do it is you select the division commander, you make sure everybody underneath him is off of take command. Okay, that will take him off of take command, so you got to select him again. You've got to put him in place, select the formation the units are going to be in, and then go. That's how you do a division marching order, all at once. So there you have just a solid look at the way the Grog Toolbar works in this Scourge of War remastered experience. The Grog Toolbar is not what it used to be, I will say. I like the way that it was in the old game still. I do. So what they did was they baked in some of the new changes in the old Grog Toolbar, kept some of the old Grog graphics and stuff, you know, baked in some of the new changes, took out some stuff from the Grog Toolbar that they felt was unnecessary, redundant, and now we're left with a little bit of a watered down Grog Toolbar, I'll say, a little bit. For me, again, for me. I'm not all players of the game. For those, again, who want to be in close like this and probably take on a majority of the smaller unit challenges, where you've got lines around the field that are kind of looking funky as they're moving around, no big deal. You know, it works similar to the Civil War game. It works. It's fine. But I think that I still, since I'm a big, huge fan of these larger army actions involving massed formations, kind of like we did with this one, moving across the open field. That was, you could do that better with the old Grog Toolbar, I feel like, again, given the experience that I'm having here and now. But, okay, here's the thing that I like that's reinforced here in the Grog Toolbar playthrough anyway, and this is the case with the new one too, I believe, is that the casualty rate, again, appears to be more realistic. It's been an hour of fighting, of infantry, hard infantry fighting here in the woods and around Hougoumont, and yet you can see in the division we're looking at hundreds of men lost and not quite into the 1,000 range by this time, and that is reflective of the historical course of combat and loss in this period. You know, we are doing some rather lighter infantry fighting, as it were. There, you know, this isn't two big infantry lines slugging away at each other over here. So there is that. Really have enjoyed uncovering some of the new aspects of Scourge of War Remastered here, especially learning more about the new Grog Toolbar. I love fighting the Battle of Waterloo in general, so I'm sure I'll jump back in here into this big main scenario and take a closer look with the other new toolbar and how it handles large formation movements, and how it handles the scenarios that are larger, like the ones that I like, where you can kind of do anything you want throughout the entire day with all the forces available, like you see here. So with that, I'll say thank you to all those who have tuned in. Please, if you like this content, hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to Alternate History Gaming and hit that notification bell to find out when I drop the next video. For now, I'm Bank 60s.